Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to part 2 of Let's Walk Through Kevicston. So today we're going to be doing what of course is expected of after a part 1 of a video is we gotta do the part 2. And that is we got to go through the whole keep portion and the whole sort of the small little castle portion that we have up here. There's only a few things that we're going to have to walk through in this video, so it's probably going to be much shorter than the last one, but overall I think we still be able to get a lot done, be able to see a lot of things, because Kevicston is quite expansive, pretty much. There's a lot of things going on here, so this should be interesting to walk through, to say the least. So as we walk up the path, this leads up from the main road. If you guys, by the way, if you guys have not watched part 1, that's where I say a lot about the lore and all that good stuff, and you guys want to know about pretty much the rest of all of the lands surrounding the actual fort part, you'll have to go ahead and look at the video, and that will be in the description below. Go check it out. And so what you can do is watch that, and you'll know basically the whole backstory. But now we're going to be heading up towards the keep. So this here is the main road that leads up to the keep. As you can see, it's fairly wide. There is it's pretty defensible. Now the thing is, there is no layers of defense to Kevicston. You know, pretty much you can get past like this part, like you can climb up the mountain here, get around, or you can even come from this way and you can get up this side of the hill and storm the keep or something like that. Now, this place really isn't meant for extravagant defense. Like, it's not layered or anything. Maybe they're still in construction. Who knows? Like, maybe they've decided that they're going just to stop construction for now, and then they'll continue building later on, and then they'll enclose the whole sort of outer rim, put a curtain wall up or something. Who knows? There's a lot of there's possibilities. But as you come up, there's this sort of roundish hoarding going on up here, where the soldiers of Kevicston, say if they're trying to defend the road, because that's probably the main area where enemies would come up. They could just come up to this hoarding and be able to shoot down on the enemies from below. And they can also shoot down from, say, up here through these arrow loops. And then you have this gate here. But let's go back down here so we can sort of walk up and see what there is to see. Before we go over there, actually, let's go over here. Let me find the way to get there. There's somewhere. But yeah, let's first go over here. So this here is a place where they chop wood. Now, I didn't really figure out a better way of representing sort of a way to show chopping wood. So what I did is I put a pile of logs over here, a pile of firewood over here. This sort of represents that the wood has been chopped up and is ready to be put into fires. And then this here is a log with an axe on top of it, and it just sort of represents that the wood is being chopped. Maybe a couple yellow carpets. Now what we're going to do is go over here to the chapel part. This was like a sort of memoir back when I was a kid and went to a camp. It was a Christian camp, and they had this sort of like over the hill kind of chapel, outside chapel thing going on. So like it was on the top of a mountain, and it just felt, it kind of had this sort of environment with a few benches on either side, with the cross at the end and stuff like that. And then like the view was just astounding outside or after that. But that's kind of where I got the inspiration for this, you know, from a childhood memory. I just wanted to recreate it, and I added it into Kevicston and thought that it would be a interesting idea to do that. So anyway, that's what this is, and it's a chapel for them to worship their god, their religion, etc. So we come up here, and this here is a pile of logs, just pointing out little details so you guys can notice those and maybe be able to implement them. Now, another thing that I did is you'll notice that there's this little ditch all the way along this side of the road. It goes all the way down. In fact, that ditch goes pretty much all the way down to the river, if you follow it all the way. Almost all the way. Then it sort of like hints at it. But it's pretty, it's pretty obvious till you get down to a certain part down there. But as you can see, this is a wooden platform. The ditch goes underneath. and then it goes up to here. And so basically all the water from, and see this ditch keeps going up here, all the way up along the left side, and it goes to about here. This is where it starts, right there. And then all the water from up here would go down this ditch all the way down. Now that's not supposed to be a body there, it's supposed to be a bear skin, but biomes messed that up. And so that ditch goes all the way down. Just a drainage ditch. That's something that I thought maybe would be an interesting detail for you guys to take in. Maybe you could add that into your builds. And so this is a cart house. Well, I call it a cart house because there's carts in it. But yeah, there's a couple carts in here that I thought would be a cool thing to add in. And it works out. Now, those flower pots right there are not supposed to be flower pots. They're supposed to be nets. Biomes, again. Go figure, biomes typically do all of this. Like if you see any textures out of place, most likely biomes. Oh, I like that view right there. Pretty cool. So then around back here is where they would have their cows. Now this isn't a massive pasture. Now cows would most likely need a larger pasture than this. Maybe they're not cows. Maybe it's goats or something. But then goats would definitely find a way to escape. I would prefer cows because they would prefer cows too. But anyways, I'm just going to say that there's cows here, and it's pretty big. I mean, it's sort of big enough for cows, I think. You know, you have a fairly large little pasture area for them to graze, and then you have a water trough here. Thought that would be a cool idea, and I like how it sort of adds a star look to the fort. Like if you look at from up here, it sort of looks like a star fort in a way, because it like feels like that part right there is sort of one arm, that right there is another arm, and then that's another arm there, and then it's like, and then that feels like an arm out there too. So it just feels like it's like it has these little arms, like a star fort going on. Obviously it's not, but I just thought that was a cool thing. Like it wasn't intended or anything, but anyways, we'll keep moving up here. So you come in through, this is the first gate. This I'm pretty sure would be called the Barbican, because you have these areas up here where you can shoot down. Sort of a enclosed area for the enemy to try to come through, but then again, while they come through here, they can go up like the mountainside or something like that and get in that way. Again, that's not supposed to be a dead body. It's kind of funny. It's kind of just like this random dead body there. Oh well. So then we come down this way. We come back to the hoarding. We got the flag there. And over here is the hay barn. This is where a lot of storage is for the castle. But let me go ahead and grab a torch. It might be better for me to switch shaders now because the Conquest of the Sun's a little dark for interior exploring. So we're going to go ahead and switch to, I don't know, Kuda maybe? Goodness gracious. Now that's some glitchy signs right there, but as long as we don't look at signs, we should be good. Now this here is a manure pile because this is a stable here to the left, and a little grate right there. What is back here? I forget what's back here. Oh, there's nothing back here. This is just another little drainage ditch. As you can see, the water would sort of collect from up here, and it would come down out there, and it would go down this hill. As you can see, you just follow the gravel, and it goes down to that little wood bridge, and then it follows that same drainage ditch that goes all the way down. So drainage ditch, guys, that's what I'm trying to highlight in this video, is add in some drainage ditches, like kind of where you feel the water or the rainwater would go. So here we have a stable. This is obviously where all the horses and such would be in Kevicston. There is room for 5 horses, and those 5 horses are happy horses because they got nice, comfortable stables to live in. So maybe there's 1 horse for the Lord and then 4 horses for his escort or something, I would imagine. So we come up here, we got what I call a water catcher, but it's like a water silo. I know there's a better name for it, but maybe you guys can tell me. But there's water up here. It collects rainwater. Now, it would make more sense, say, if I made it so that all the water collected on the roof would have a way all to collect it down here into the pot. Now, that would make sense, but I didn't do that, so oh well. But it still looks pretty good. I think it works. And then they would sort of pull this rope, and then the water would pour out. This is just a way so that they don't have to go all the way down to the river for their water all the time, so that they actually have a source of water up here, because being so high up in the mountainous region, I imagine the water table would be rather low. Now, if you guys don't know what the water table is, that is the layer in the earth where the water starts to collect from all the rainwater and stuff underground. And so basically, if you dig a hole down to the water table, that hole at the bottom will start filling up with the water. But I imagine for an area like this, it'd be pretty low. I don't know. I don't know much about the mountainous terrains and stuff like that, so that's just a wild guess. So we come in here. This is an interior to a house. Again, not supposed to be flowers, but it doesn't look too bad. And you got the bed up here, or a bed up there, and you got another bed down here. And so it's a layered interior. I felt like it worked pretty well. Got a little place to eat, basically some storage and some things going on, and the stove. So that's pretty cool. And we're gonna make our way this way. Just got a couple little more interiors to do. These are like a barracks interior for some guards, and then again right here another interior for some guards. So two little houses. Got a place for some dogs here, so they'll have 2 hounds, and they basically protect the back door of the castle. So that is the way to get down here and out. And so if we come down this way, it'll bring us to the arrow shooting range, the fighting / practice pit. So you can imagine just being right here with a bow and arrow. So we can go ahead and pull out our bow, because might as well. And we can go ahead and shoot the target and see how good of a aim we are. Yeah, we're doing good. Man. Yep, perfect. Alright, so that's basically what this range is for you to shoot down range and do that. Now, if you guys are wondering how I did this, this is a metadata thing here. Basically, it's an iron fence, wooden fence, iron fence, wooden fence, iron fence, wooden fence. Now, both can change to this texture, so that's how you would make it so that the fences don't connect. And I really like this design. I think it really works for what its purpose is right here. Now over here in the fighting pit, basically there's a nice little area to sit around and watch during, say if there's a fight going on, and then maybe the Lord would be up here or something, or maybe down here, who knows. He doesn't really have like this really extravagant place to watch. He just kind of, it's just kind of whatever. And so I think that works out pretty good. So here's a Fletcher. Again, not supposed to be that. In fact, I'm going to change this over to... See, that's the problem, is now it's going to be... The gray thatch above doesn't change correctly. So I can't change this back to gray thatch without that. So we're just going to keep those dead bodies, and you just had to fill in the blank from that. So now we're going to head back up and see what else there is to see. We're not going to go up to the jailhouse yet. We're going to go this way, which is going to lead us up to the keep itself. We got a lamp. And so this here is the causeway. This is sort of wraps around the back corner of Kevicston. So you got to come up through here in order to get up to the front entrance. And let me make sure I have a... Yes, I do. I need a torch. So you walk into here, you got a hoarding up there, and so this here is the entrance. Now, if you guys can read this, it says started 11/17/15 and finished 12/31/15. Now that's just because I had a long period of not working on it, but yeah, this is all. But Educan Red One. I don't think I had any help on this. I'm trying to remember. I really don't think I had anyone helping me on this project. No, I don't think so. I mean, the only thing that really helped me was these are Victor's trees. I used a tree brush for that, so all these trees you see are from Victor, so there's that. So here is a barbican, but it's kind of a different barbican. It's inside the gate, or inside, so basically you would remove these floorboards from up above, and this is a way that they could throw down oil or rocks or whatever from up above. Because when people come in here, they'd obviously want to get through, and so this is the kind of like a way for them to get pwned as they're trying to get in. And then obviously they'd probably clear this firewood out here, and then they'd have like men with pikes here, trying to defend the keep. And then there's obviously little murder holes all along this area that they can shoot down. Thought that was pretty cool. More flower pots, some food storage here, things like that. We got some scary noises going on. A little fire pit over here. Thought that's pretty cool. Now this is my most, I love this part about Kevicston the most. I love this fireplace. I think it really works. Now this is one of the largest rooms in the keep. And so you have a fireplace, you got another fireplace. This is more of a bakery fireplace here. And then this is the main fireplace for like soups and porridge, things like that. I don't know. And then the fireplace goes all the way up to the top. This is supposed to be sand, aka grain or flour, who knows. And there is supposed to be a grain storage somewhere around here. I guess I'm mistaken. I thought there was like a little pit for grain or something. Maybe it's in that. And then I'll show you soon when I'm trying to go for like why I was saying that. So here we had a couple arrow slits here. Now it's covered by a tree on the outside, which I still haven't fixed. But yeah, those look out towards the causeway on the way up. And then we have some meat storage in here. This is interesting. The light bugs are annoying. You come down here, this is the cellar of the castle. You got all the mead and beer. So you got maple brewed, you got Middlestone mead, and you have fall apple mead. And then up here is where all the grain is. So this is like a very important resource of any living society during the medieval ages, because grain was it was used a lot. We'll just say that. People used grain a lot in all their foods. So that's a very important thing to add in and store underneath your keep or whatever. Now here is a secret little escape route. Let me get there we go. So this is a secret little escape route. It heads out this way, and it heads to a little place, some water there, and it heads up to this door, and you can walk out, and then voila. And it's hard to see. You can't even see that it's there. But yeah, and now I don't even know how to get back in. Oh, right here. See? It's well hidden. I'm pretty proud of that. I feel like it worked pretty well. But now that you know where it is, now it's not so secret. But yes, there is a secret entrance there, and you guys can explore that. By the way, guys, I'm sorry I didn't reference or say this early in the video. If you want to come see this build, all you have to do is either download it on Planet Minecraft. I download the map on Planet Minecraft, or you can come to the raven.org server and /warp Kevicston, and then that'll bring you right to this build, and you can check it out for yourself. Here's another hoarding out here, another place to shoot arrows down on the unworthy trespassers down below. And this is more or less a little chapel here. So you have like like a picture representing a saint or a god or something of that sort. In this case, it's like a dragon with a knight attacking it. So maybe there's some kind of backstory to that. And yeah, so this is a little chapel area. Usually medieval keeps and such had chapels and such. This here is the this here is the barracks. This is where most of the guards would sleep, because there isn't really too much room elsewhere. Now this would probably be a rotation on a rotation basis, so maybe for 2 or 3 months people or men at arms would be mustered in a service to come to Kevicston and serve as guards there for a certain period of time, and then they would be rotated out for other guards, because there really isn't too much living stuff going on around Kevicston. It's mainly just, small-time farmers and things like that. There's no real towns or anything. So this here is the hall of Kevicston, a nice little place to eat and drink and basically be together. This is one of the most important parts of medieval society right here, is the feast hall, because eating was a big thing, and this is basically like their party a day kind of deal going on. As you can see, they got a lot of bread, they got some cheese, and they got some heads to different animals here. They got a bear, and I think this is an elk. Yep, Henry the eating elk ate too much, and so they killed it. And then this is Brucey the bad brown bear, killed 15 souls. So yes, the bad brown bear killed too many people, so they had to kill it. Here we go, another fireplace. You got a roasted pig going on inside there, a delicious chunk of pork. Oh man, I can just imagine that. I'm actually now hungry. It's early in the morning, so breakfast is coming around soon. You look out this way, you got a nice little place to shoot down again on the enemies down below. It's a little crenellations, I would say. I don't know what that's called, but yeah, little jut out portion to shoot arrows down at the enemies. And then this is, we go out to the hoarding, and you have these more murder holes there. And then if you take away again those floorboards, remember that little slot that you could walk underneath. You can take out like this table and move all that, and then take out the floorboards and be able to shoot down on the enemy. So there is that. So now we're going to go up a little bit more and to the next part of Kevicston. So this is where the Lord would be, aka also the Maester. He has birds in his room. How convenient is that? But yeah, maybe he likes crows as his pet or something. But yes, the Lord would sleep here. This is his nice little bed, and he can do his thing. And he has a nice little fireplace there, and it's not a Lord, it'd be a knight or something. He's not very prestigious, obviously, if he has such a small keep. But then again, he does have a keep, so some sort of royalty or some sort of notability would be in charge of this keep. So here is the flat top of Kevicston. This is where sort of the main portion of the Kevicston archers would be during wartime. You can pretty much cover most sides of this castle from up here. You can shoot down against the causeway. Say if they're trying to storm up the hill, you can shoot down that way. Same thing with over here, you can shoot down that way, etc., etc. There's a lot of ways to be able to shoot out from Kevicston. And the main palette I used in this was brick. I used a little bit of the misshapen Tudor, just kind of everywhere. Nether brick was another big thing. I think that had a nice little, I think it really worked well. And of course the signature black roofs. I really like the black roofs. I just love it. I really, really like the black roofs. That really brought it all together. But yeah, this is the fireplace for the kitchen and all right here. Sorry, that was just a quick, I accidentally hit the deflect mod button. But yeah, that is that. That's a flat top. Lots of different things there. We go up a little farther. There is a servant's room up here. So a couple servants would live up here with some storage and things. They don't have any heat. Maybe whatever heat that they get comes up from the levels below. And then directly above them is the bell tower. And I like this system because it looks like it works. So basically the bell is on hinges, so that's what the hoppers are. And then this hole is the system. And you would rock it back and forth by this here and that rope right down here. And you pull it down and it would basically go like it would swing this way, and then you let it loose and it would swing left, and then you keep doing up and down, and then that's when the bell would start ringing. But yeah, that's the lore behind Kevicston, is it's a watchtower and it's meant to resound across all of this area to announce that maybe the enemy is coming or something like that. Because the idea is that that side over there, most of that side over there. Now, the people of Kevicston have encroached on that land. Obviously they have their logging mill. They have a tavern over there, an inn, etc. Some things are over there that are from this side, but that's a different land, and the lord or noble of that land is at war with the lord or noble of this land. Now this is just like a knight or something. Now the lord or the king of this kingdom would be like way far away. Same thing with that land over there, and it's separated by this creek. So there is a like this cold war going on, and so that's why they built a keep on this side. And there should be a keep on the other side as well, but yeah, I didn't do that. All I want to do is build Kevicston. By the way, there is a time-lapse of Kevicston as well. If you guys don't know about that, again, in the description below, go check it out. And so, yeah. What else is there to see? Let's go up the hill now. We got to go look at the blacksmith and another dead body. Man, they have an obsession with dead bodies. So here is the smelter. This is where they would smelt ores, raw ore, into the usable ore that they would use to make into whatever they would need that for. So who knows, horseshoes, pikes, knives, pots and pans, saw blades, stuff like that. Anything you would need, the blacksmith would make it. So basically the blacksmith was a very prestigious career to follow during the medieval times because everyone needed it. It was like, this day in society is like the technology back then. So it'd be something along the lines of like IT today, or like a computer programmer, something like that. People would always want their help for something because basically in today's world everyone has a computer, and a lot of them don't know how to use them correctly, or something happens, etc. So anyways, we'll move on from that. So this is the chicken coop. Lots of places for some chickens. I used those rail blocks in order to indicate sort of like this little ramp system going on between the different levels. But yeah, this is the chicken coop here. Pretty happy with it. I used those wooden fence blocks. And then we head up to the jailhouse. Now, usually people think of jails like as dungeons or something, but this is just a tower, and it has just two little pits, just like this. One there, and one here. So two little pits for the people to be thrown in and to rot. And then there's a nice area up here where the guards can sleep. So this is another area for guards, again, probably on a rotated basis, or on a rotated schedule basis. And then this is a large storage room up here that I think works, and then like a little crane that goes all the way down the front to bring cargo from down up here to down there, and down there to up here. So this is sort of like another keep, so another place where they can fight from. So if they are under attack, they can come to this this part of the the keep and fight from here, from up there. So lots of different places to shoot from. So that is pretty much all of the actual keep itself. The only thing that we need to explore now is just a few more things this way. There's only a few things, so hang with me as we look through it. We got another place to chop wood, and obviously wood is a pretty important part because you need wood for pretty much every building here, also to keep yourself warm, things like that. So we have a graveyard down here. Obviously some people would have died through the years, and so this is where they would have been buried. Now you notice that I just represent the bodies as piles of shale gravel. It kind of makes sense like that, I think, and it looks pretty good, I think. I don't know, tell me what you guys think in the description below, or in the comments below, goodness gracious. And then I use these fence pieces as markers for where they're buried. So I think that works out pretty good. And then we have a shrine up here. Just a random little shrine. Don't know why it's up there. Maybe it's a representative of the god of death or something. Shortifus. And then you make your way down this way, and it heads to a wonderfully, fully operational house that everyone loves to come to. And then, look, it's burnt. St. Augustius Apothecary. 30 crowns admittance. No cherries offered. That's a little expensive. So it's an apothecary. So this is where he heals people, and he was the apothecary was charging exorbitant prices for what he knew. And so people got angry and they came over to his house. They killed him, they tied him to a post, and his wife, killed them both, and then burnt his house down. So that is what this is. It is a burnt down house, a pretty hard story there. And then you got a bunch of herbs and things over here. So sort of that's what this is supposed to be, was an apothecary. And then of course a stable for his horse and things like that over there. Poor guy, but he probably deserved it for what he was doing. So now we're gonna kind of like meander our way through here, and we make it to the moot. Now this is inspired by, I'm not sure if you guys know what this game is, but it's called Battle for Middle Earth and Entmoot. It's called basically a moot place is a place where elders of a society would come together and talk about plans. Like say if they were going to go to war, elders from different clans would come together at a moot, and they would basically decide on if it's worth going to war or not. And if they decided yes, they would organize all their clans, and then that's when they would come together for an army and meet for war. So that's what a moot is for, is to gather people together. And also there's an altar in the middle, so maybe it's also could be for religious purposes. Maybe they could have maybe they're making an offering to a god that's angry with them, and then that's what they would do here, is make an offering. So yeah, that's what that is, just this random little moot thing. It sort of has a religious / practical application to it, so you guys can do whatever you want. So then back here, I have what I called an assassin's, what I call an assassin's hideout. Basically a little place for an assassin to come down and hide out from not being caught. Makes sense out in the middle of the woods, but a little Assassin's Creed, little Assassin's Creed Easter egg there, Ezio l'Assassino. But yeah, I think that works out pretty good. Really not too much down here, just a little hideout that I thought would be a pretty cool idea to add in. Kind of hard to find though. If you're just walking through the woods, you wouldn't really notice that as you walk past. Let's see what else there is to see. Let's go down. Let's keep following this road here. There's a road. I think it's from here. Yeah. So this leads to an herbalist's hut, and I think this is the last thing that we need to look for in this build. I don't think there's anything else, and I think this leads down to something. Oh yes, a little spring or pond there. And we're getting lost now. We gotta follow this path. Okay, so there's a half block. All right, here's the path. And this leads all the way up to a herbalist hut. So I got some little mushrooms along the side, lots of different things here. And then her dog lives out here in the middle of the woods. Maybe I should have made the doghouse closer, but the doghouse is way over there. And then you go inside, and this is where the herbalist lives. And so I think that it works out pretty good. I don't think it's too shabby. I think it works out. So anyways, I think that is about it for around Kevicston. Obviously, there are a few more details here and there that you guys can explore through and see for yourselves. If you want to see Kevicston for yourself, just do /warp Kevicston on the raven.org server, or you can download it over on Planet Minecraft for yourself. Make sure that you have the Conquest Resource Pack, the 1.7.10 version. The easiest way to get a hold of that is to go ahead and download the raven.org launcher, which is in the description below. You can check that out and enjoy it for yourself, because it's very helpful. It gets everything for you, and you don't have to worry about all the stuff that comes with it. You gotta, like downloading the right everything. You just download the raven.org launcher. Everything is there for you, and it'll automatically set the version to 1.7.10 for you. So yeah, it's all done for you if you do that. So this is Kevicston Keep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the last one as well, and I hope you enjoyed the build, because this took a while for me to do, and I hope to be doing some more stuff like this in the future. I really want to be able to get into building some more live building things. Like currently I've been doing crying and things like that. Very very updating, it's a very updating style of video. But I hope to be doing more live building soon, and so that you guys can stay excited and all that good stuff and get some more new content onto this channel. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Also, I have Twitch for live streaming on occasion. So, see you on the next one, guys. Till then, bye-bye.